Hello, my name is Marcus Evans. I'd like to make a special announcement today. We're covering breaking news. That's not normally something that we do at Yes California, but I woke up this morning and found out that the situation had spiraled even more out of control. Obviously, there are protests around America. America seems to be burning, multiple cities on fire. The National Guard is being called out. The National Guard is being called out to cover the Capitol. The highest official in the federal government was so terrified of the protests that his security apparatus moved him into the secured bunker undergrounds for terrorist attacks. The protests for justice in America have gotten so bad that the government moved the highest ranking official, the president, to a bunker reserved for 9/11 style attacks. That happened recently. Also, on the same day, it appears, a federal building in California was stormed by protesters. Federal officials were attacked and shot at, and a security guard was executed by protesters here in California. In response to that, the LA County Board of Supervisors issued a proclamation declaring an emergency and requesting the state of California to declare an emergency. On June 1st, the Department of Human Resources announced that they had conferred with the California Highway Patrol and the Office of Emergency Services to declare a statewide emergency for all California government buildings in any urbanized area. Simply put, the California government's worried about all of their government buildings being stormed by protesters. I've been in and around California government for 18 years, and I have never seen this happen before in my life. I've never seen the California government go, we're worried the citizens may storm all of the buildings. Never seen that before. The last time it was this serious was 9/11. And you have the president moving to a bunker like they would on 9/11 for this protest. It's bad. I would like to declare again to everybody that I think now is the time for Californians all to come out in support of declaring provisional independence, declaring that we have provisional independence. Now, if you look up provisional government or provisional independence, what you're going to see, provisional, interim, transitional, it is essentially an emergency government authority set up to manage a political transition, generally in the cases of new nations or following the collapse of the previous government. That's now. Check it out. Provisional independence, provisional government. We're there now. California needs to declare independence provisionally, working towards it. No, we wouldn't secede within a day. It would take a while. But that we need to declare to the people of California that we're pulling out of the dumpster fire of America. They can keep their bad emergency response and their 50-year failure to deal with social justice issues that first emerged in '65. So keep it. Declare that we're out. That should calm down the situation here in California, saying we're not going to be part of that. And when you make that statement, everybody in California would know, well, then if we're going to be a new nation, we better step it up. And that would encourage Californians to pursue even more police reform enactments. So this would help the Black Lives Matter movement. It would calm the area down. And frankly, Governor and Californians, America's burning down. We just talked about how the American government was collapsing earlier this month for a totally different reason. Now we're talking about the federal government is collapsing for another different reason. How many failures need to happen to you and explode in your face? Finally, this is the point. Yes, California condemns all Californians who advocate or appear in any manner to support violence. We love protests. We love telling federal officials to leave. We love surrounding federal buildings and letting them go peacefully. This storming the gates with weapons is going to get a lot of people killed and will achieve nothing. Every social movement in the last 100 years, when they went violent, was crushed by the government forces, and the public supported that. As a protester, you have moral authority when you're nonviolent. Cesar Chavez figured that out. Others did too. The moment you pick up violence, the state has the right to create order. This goes back to Abraham Maslow. This goes back to the formation of governments. Voters and the average person are not going to back you if you appear to violently try to overthrow the government. They're going to back law and order. The government can brutally crush you, execute members of this, and nobody will protest. Stop it. Do not encourage it, and stick to strictly peaceful means, or you're going to get us all killed.